Hello, this is Python and Excel 19.1, in which we introduce our foe and make plans to vanquish him. Or if you prefer, I'm going to set the stage for part 19, which will be several videos covering an in-depth data cleaning project. The United States Department of Agriculture has tons of data. They have this irrigation and water management survey. It has several published data sets, the most recent of which is 2018. I've downloaded the zip file. There are a lot of CSV files in there, but I opened the one called FRIS All Tables and saved it as an Excel file. This single file contains 217 data tables. You can see these first rows all have 1 in column A, but if I scroll down a bit, the number changes. Here's table 6. They've labelled the rows with the table title with a T in column B. The header rows in each table are labelled with an H. The data rows are labelled with a D. See, it goes all the way down to row 64. Then there's a single row with a C. In fact, included in the zip file is this file called fris_help.htm. And in this file are descriptions of the line types. There's also a line type of U for units definition, and the C line is the closing line at the bottom of the table. And then there may also be a footnote labelled with an F. This kind of structure is really useful because it means we can focus our cleaning on restructuring the different types of lines. I've created this import sheet in case I need to import additional modules later. Then I have this data sheet where I've set up some initial steps to get this thing started. First of all, let's create a data frame called df_raw and pull in all the tables from the raw data. Take a quick look at the head of the data frame. Looks good. Since the data are labelled with that number in column A, we can group the raw data by that column and end up with a group by object where each data frame, each group, is a table from the raw data. If we have any doubts about what's in those groups, we can select a specific group using the getGroup method. We pass the group index, which is basically the table number, into the method and get that data frame from the group by object. Taking a quick look at the head proves it's the first table. We know that each table has some rows that specify the title. This one has 2 rows, but table 2 has 3. Since we don't really know how many title rows tables might have, let's do a quick frequency table of tables by count of title rows. We'll use the apply method on the df tables group by object and define a lambda function whose parameter is df. That represents a single data frame in the group by index. We'll filter the data frame for only the rows where the column with index 1 is equal to T, then use the shape property to get the row count. For each data frame in the group by, that will count the number of rows labelled T. Then we close the apply and use value counts to produce the frequency table. And there we have it. There are 211 tables with 3 title rows and 4 tables with 2 title rows. Next, we need to write a small function that will return the data in the title rows as a string. We use the def keyword and call the function getTableTitle. There'll be a single parameter called df, that'll be one of the data frames from the group by, and we'll add a type hint to indicate that this function is supposed to return a string. We'll add a quick docstring, the docstring is wrapped in triple double quotes, to explain what the function does. The return value starts by filtering the data frame for those rows where the column at index 1 equals T. That returns a smaller data frame, 2 or 3 rows. From that, we grab the column with index 2, we put .str to access the string methods, then use the cat method, which is for string concatenation, which when applied to a series, as we're doing here, will concatenate the rows using a separator. We'll use semicolon space for that. If we go down a bit, we can test the function very quickly by passing one of the groups into it. Wonderful! Next, let's apply the new function to every table and get all the table titles. We'll assign the result to df titles, and it's as simple as using the apply method on the df tables group by, passing the name of the new function as the only argument. Okay, great! We've managed to strip out the full and detailed table titles from varying numbers of rows per table. That's it for today. This was part 19.1 of Python in Excel, which will continue in the coming days. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.